In this demo, we will migrate the WordPress application present on source EKS cluster to target LKE cluster using Swift. Source cluster is Amazon EKS cluster, with version 1.24 and storage class is GP2. Target cluster is Linode cluster with version 1.25 and storage class is Linode block storage retain. Now let's add the Docker Hub image registry. Click on the Add button. Give the appropriate credentials of the Docker Hub account. Select the verbose option and click the Add button. Thus we have successfully discovered the Docker Hub image registry, which will be used for the tripod deployment. Discovering the LKE cluster. Copy the LKE token. Paste it to access the LKE dashboard. Created a new namespace WordPress to sync all the WordPress object from source EKS cluster to the target LKE cluster. As you can see, all object in the namespace WordPress are empty. We have two storage class option. One with the delete and other with the retain policy. To discover the LKE cluster in Swift, open the Swift dashboard. Click on the Container Cluster Add option. Provide the friendly name as LKE Demo. Select Cloud Type as Local Native. Copy the LKE token. Paste it as key. Copy the port number 443 and paste it to the port option. For IP/DNS name, copy the fully qualified domain name and paste it. Choose the tripod registry option as the previously discovered registry option Docker Registry Demo. Or you can manually add the image and image secret. RackWare can automatically add it using image registry. Thus the LKE cluster gets successfully discovered. Discovering the EKS cluster. Name of the cluster is PNAWS Demo. As AWS EKS don't support the Kubernetes dashboard, we have to manually deploy the dashboard. In the namespace WordPress, we have deployed the WordPress application. It contains 2 pods and 1 replica set. Checking all objects present in the namespace WordPress. Access the WordPress application using the external IP address of load balancer service. Customize the WordPress application by adding a new post. Click on the Post option. Then click on Add New Post. Add the text as EKS to LKE migration. Then publish the post. You can see the post is published. Now let's discover the EKS cluster using the Swift application. Click on the Add button to add new container cluster. Choose cloud type as AWS. Give friendly name as EKS Demo. Copy the name of the cluster from the AWS console and add it to the Swift application. Provide the appropriate AWS credentials. Choose the tripod image registry option as the previously discover one, or you can manually add the image and the image secret. This section contains advanced options as per the user's need. Click on the Add option. Thus the EKS cluster get discovered successfully. Thus you can see all the namespaces present in EKS cluster in the namespace tab. You can see the WordPress namespace, which contains the WordPress application, is present. To migrate application from EKS to LKE, click on Sync Administration. Then select Option as New Application Replication. Select Sync Type as Pass-Through. Select Platform as Kubernetes and Source Cluster as EKS Demo. Select Namespace as WordPress as it has the WordPress application. In Tripod, select IP type as Load Balancer, choose the port range to which the cluster listens. Add the discovered tripod image registry. Now to choose the target cluster as LKE Demo. Select the namespace as WordPress as it is empty on the LKE cluster. In Tripod, select IP type as Load Balancer to create a SSH tunnel for volume migration as the cluster is out of reach. Choose the port range to which the cluster listens. Add the discovered tripod image registry. In the Advanced section, pre/post config are used to add extra task using YAML files or check status of particular object. The tripod config option can be used to limit CPU and memory occupancy in source as well as target. This option allows replacing your source cluster's image registry config to a new registry config. The volume sync config option is used to exclude and include specified volumes from the sync operation. Then click on the Add option. Thus you can see the migration has been started. You can check the logs to see at which stage the application is at. Thus as you can see the sync has been done successful. Now check the sync status in Sync Progress option. In Data Sync tab you can see amount of data that has been synced. Number of volumes that are synced. Object Sync Stats you can see the objects that are been synced from EKS. Summary tab you can see the whole gist of migration. In Sync Progress tab you can see the progress of the sync, the tripod deployment, then creation of tunnel, then data transfer and deletion of the deployed tripod. You won't see anything in Warning tab as no warning was been thrown. Thus you can see the WordPress application has been migrated to the target LKE cluster. In LKE Kubernetes dashboard check open the WordPress application using the external IP of Load Balancer service. Thus you can see the customized WordPress has been migrated which was created on the source cluster. Let's apply the pass-through type DR policy for the existing replication. Click on the Business Continuity and DR Replication option. Choose DR policy, select Sync Type as Pass-Through. Give name as DR Demo PT policy, PT stands for Pass-Through. Choose the periodicity option as per the need, we are choosing it as once and give specific date and time. Provide the email to get the notification of the policy. In the advanced section of the DR policy, we can apply pre- and post-YAML script to the DR policy. For this replication, we do not need it, so we will skip for now. Then, click on the Create Policy, and thus the policy has been created. Let's apply the DR policy to the existing job, or you can create a new job using source and target cluster option given. Click on the Apply button. Thus you can see the DR policy has come in the active state. Failover of the DR policy, click on the right arrow type option. A pop-up window will appear. As this is a demo, we will do a drill failover. Thus the failover of the DR policy has been started. Thus the failover get completed. Thus in this demo, we set up a source app and data, migrated it from AWS EKS cluster to Linode LKE cluster and tested the app, then applied a recurring sync policy for a cutover window, and failed it over to mark the cutover event. Thank you.